Global equity markets did not capture any of the British exuberance overnight. It was a huge risk-on night with shares across the globe tumbling. The Shanghai Composite Index dropped about 4% overnight, and the European shares in Dow also slipped away. It appears that the Irish economy is continuing to hurt share markets globally. Prime Minister Brian Cowen noted that the Irish economy's cost of borrowing debt is simply too high at present. Although the Irish economy is funded until mid-2011, it is simply too high a cost to pass on at that stage. With the risk on night, the US dollar continued its trend up against most major trading partners overnight. The New Zealand dollar shed over about 1% and is currently sitting around 76.70 US cents. The Reserve Bank of Australia board minutes were the main economic news from yesterday. The RBA board minutes are somewhat of a precursor to the next move in rates. We were looking to the December announcement to see if the Reserve Bank would increase their cash rate another 25 points. However, in these minutes it was well decided that this would be left on hold until at least January. In international commodities, prices have shot up again this week, with both wheat and corn futures on the Chicago Board of Trade increasing. Corn was up about 4%. This was on the back of rumours that China will look to import another 4 million tonnes of corn next year. When we are modelling our dairy payout forecast, we do look towards the future of corn and wheat prices to see where potential prices in dairy products will move. A lot of international producers of milk do use wheat and corn as their primary feed source, so when prices are very high here, it is unlikely that they will be able to survive with a low dairy payout. The latest round of global dairy trade was held overnight, with our index holding up reasonably well, only shedding 0.1%. Leading the index down was whole milk powder and anhydrous milk fat, which both shed over 1%. However, buttermilk powder and skim milk powder both performed quite strongly at the auction and offset some of these losses. The continued emergence of the Chinese dragon has really benefited our New Zealand dairy industry. Also, developing nations have really started closing the consumption gap between them and developed economies internationally. This is likely to continue to underwrite the global dairy industry. Back in New Zealand, we're reasonably comfortable with our forecast at present with the stabilisation in dairy prices. We continue to forecast a $7 milk payout. However, we do note that the currency is continuing to affect our dairy exporters. This is something that we will continue to monitor closely into the future.